So when it comes to power scaling Dragon Ball GT, so many people often use this single guide to downplay many of the GT characters, and more specifically Goku and the Super Saiyan 4 form. The guide as states, after Goku and Vegeta use a merging item to merge, they become Vegito. They can furthermore become a Super Saiyan, making them Super Vegito. After the two strongest people merge, they become the greatest master in the universe, perhaps even stronger than Super Saiyan 4. Now if you use this quote to downplay GT, don't worry, it is kind of a confusing quote, and even I have used this before for myself when I would get lazy debating people on who was stronger between GT and Super. So I'd pull up this guide, send it to them, and be like, yep, this confirms Vegito is stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku, therefore, no matter what, Goku and GT is weaker than Super. Now you might think this is a really cut and dry statement, and this is firm evidence that Vegito is stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku from GT. But let's really dissect this statement. So first, what is needed to be mentioned is that nowhere in the statement is it ever referring to Goku. His name is never mentioned. It says perhaps even stronger than a Super Saiyan 4. Remember, it says perhaps, so it might not even be a thing, but it's a maybe. But still, it only says Super Saiyan 4, it does not say Goku. And well, what could really make sense is that this quote was on pages where it was describing the power of the other Super Saiyan forms and their multipliers. So if you take that into context, it really does seem that this was set up to more compare the multiplier of Batora Fusion to be similar to that of Super Saiyan 4. Not saying that Vegito from the Buu Saga was stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Dragon Ball GT, but more so saying that Goku and Vegeta using the Batora Fusion was an equivalent to them if they had gone Super Saiyan 4, or perhaps even stronger. It leaves it very ambiguous, and now yes, at the time, Goku was the only Super Saiyan 4, but why not just say his name? And, well, what could really make sense is that this quote was on pages where it was describing the Super Saiyan forms and their multipliers, like I said before, so if you take that into the context, it really does more just compare the multipliers between the two, which is actually quite interesting for both parties. This makes both the Batora Fusion and the Super Saiyan 4 form seem pretty strong multipliers, as Super Saiyan 4 is at a bare minimum 100 times stronger than Super Saiyan 3. And if you really just think about it, if going Super Vegito is equivalent to going Super Saiyan 4, that's pretty strong. And if going Super Saiyan 4 is equivalent to Super Saiyan Vegito, that means that Super Saiyan 4 is pretty strong in its own right, and much likely more than 100 times stronger than the actual Super Saiyan 3 form. But still, this really does play into the confusion of what the statement meant. It isn't clear if it was saying that it took Super Saiyan Vegito to surpass Super Saiyan 4, or if it was the base form. It could be either, but it does seem much more likely that it meant Super Saiyan Vegito, as why even bring it up prior, as it's obvious that Vegito can go Super Saiyan. Now this makes much more sense. Now that I provided context showing the true meaning, or the likely true meaning of the statement, it is quite easy to also disprove this through power scaling. As through the actual scaling of the show, it makes no sense for Super Vegito, let alone base Vegito, be anywhere near Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So there's actually somewhat of a comparative feat between base Goku and base Vegito. There is a base Vegito versus Buuhan, and base Goku versus General Rodo. Now if you saw my previous video, we discovered that General Rodo was likely many times stronger than Buuhan, and base Goku was still pretty easily able to slap him around. Now base Vegito was stronger than Buuhan as well, and so it's going to be harder to gauge his actual power. It did seem like a bit of a closer fight than Goku versus Rodo. Now sure, base Vegito could be tens of thousands of times stronger than Buuhan, and base Goku only several times stronger than Rodo as well. Still though, the difference can partially be made up here for a fact of how much stronger General Rodo is over Buuhan. General Rodo is likely hundreds of times stronger than Buuhan at a minimum, as we discovered that General Rodo could be 80 million times stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So while these two feats are comparable of base Vegito versus Buuhan and base Goku versus General Rodo, GT Goku faces off against a much better opponent, and not only can go Super Saiyan 3 on top of this, but then an even further Super Saiyan 4. So Super Saiyan Vegito should not be comparable to Super Saiyan 4, and especially not base Vegito. Now that we have shown two separate ways, and a very simple way to prove that this is not the case is to take the fact that this was Goku during the Baby Saga. And if these guys are really close to each other in power, well, by the end of the show, especially in the Shadow Dragon Saga at the end of it, Goku would be far, far stronger than Vegito, because Goku gets a bare minimum 10 times stronger from the Baby Saga to the Super 17 Saga. And then he gets an unprecedented amount of time stronger between that and the Shadow Dragon Saga. And by the end of the Shadow Dragon Saga, his base form is now stronger than his ultra full power Super Saiyan form once he either dies or becomes something entirely new when he is holding the Spirit Bomb. So now I've shown two separate ways on why the guide is not saying that Vegito is stronger than GT characters, both through context and scaling. Now we will leave that up to the statements in the show and the creators of it. At one point, Baby Vegeta claims to be the strongest Saiyan of all time, which would mean stronger than Super Vegito, to which Goku agrees as he is astounded by Baby's power. This is Goku's quote right here. So this is a statement by Goku, who was a part of that fusion with Vegito and would know how strong he is, agreeing that Baby is the strongest Saiyan of all time. Now, of course, statements are not everything. Context must be looked at so that the scaling will back it up. And it does. Base Goku at the end of Z was stronger than Kid Buu. He then trained for 5 years with Oob, went from his Super Saiyan form being a nothing to Lord Lute at the beginning of GT, to his base form being able to effortlessly defeat someone who is several times stronger than Lute, and then goes Super Saiyan 3 on top of that, and then Baby Vegeta can essentially one-shot that Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Here's also a scale here that I made for that Roto video, which is a comparative scale to show you how much stronger Goku got, and also would be to show how strong Baby got. So, Baby Vegeta being the strongest Saiyan is also backed up by the actual writers of GT here. There's a Q&A panel. The question is, why did the staff create Super Saiyan 4? The answer was to have something more powerful than even Baby, which was supposed to be more powerful than any Saiyan or Sephorian, so the staff said, let's do Super Saiyan 4. So, there's the proof. Super Saiyan 4 Goku was already stronger than Baby, who he himself was stronger than Vegito. And remember, this is not stated by Final Form Baby, this is stated by his first form. So Final Form Baby Vegito would be at least several times stronger than Super Vegito at the very bare minimum, but it's likely that even first form Baby Vegeta was already far stronger than actual Super Vegito. And remember, Super Saiyan 4 Goku absolutely curb stomped Final Form Baby Vegeta. In fact, Goku with just a smidgen of his power tanked a revenge death ball, basically max power from Final Form Baby. Goku just tanked that shit. So here it is, guys. There's absolutely no way that this argument can be used anymore. Between the context of the guide and Goku's name not even being mentioned, I mean, look, if the guide said Super Saiyan 4 Goku and it was just more of a specific overall, then it'd be different. And also, the scaling just backs up what the GT characters say and what the actual authors say. Now, even if we had just had one of these examples, it would not be enough to state that it was a wrong statement or just looked at in the wrong way. But if we had one of these examples, but when gathering all these samples of evidence, I think it is more than enough to say that this guide can't really be used anymore to downplay GT characters, especially Super Saiyan 4 Goku. In fact, it should be really used to upscale how strong Super Saiyan 4 really is. As we know, base Vegito was many times stronger than Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And then goes Super Saiyan on top of that, which is an additional 50 to 500 or more times stronger, depending if you believe that Master Super Saiyan is an additional multiplier than the regular Super Saiyan. And that really does show how strong Super Saiyan 4 could be, and also how strong Potoro Fusion could be. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you still think that Super Vegito is stronger than Super Saiyan 4 Goku? Let me know down below, guys. Please do leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe, join my Discord, turn on notifications to see more of my videos, follow me on Twitter, and also, thanks to all my Patreon supporters. So my Super Saiyans is Hodag Hunter, and my Super Saiyan 2s, Darius, Israel Flores, Locke, Anime Paradox, and Mystic Ghoul. And also, thanks to my Super Saiyan 3s, Scotland Serenity, Diraj Payton, Sin Overlord, and Griffin Jacob. And thanks to my new Super Saiyan, Danielle Toro, my new Super Saiyan 3, Dante's Ware. Thank you guys so much for all the support. It really does mean a lot, and I hope you guys all have an amazing day.